And the news from India, where more than 800 new aircraft are likely to enter the Indian aviation market that has been seeing a double-digit growth in the coming years. Now, carriers like SpiceJet, Indigo, Go Air and Jet Airways have plans or firm plans for over 800 new planes, including a good number of smaller aircraft. Nearly 500 aircraft are presently operated in India by Indian carriers. After coming back from the brink, No-Frills Airlines SpiceJet has inked initial pacts yesterday and today for orders of up to 60 new planes. This includes 20 latest Boeing 737 MAX 10 aircraft and 40 Q400 turboprop planes from Bombardier. Now, with the latest announcements at the ongoing Paris Air Show, SpiceJet now has plans or final orders in place for a total of 265 new aircraft. And we are joined by our guest for today, Amber Dubey, partner KPMG, and he's been last word on aviation. Well, thanks for joining us, Mr. Dubey. First of all, how do you see the orders coming at Paris Air Show this time?
Sumit, thanks a lot for having me on the show. I think this is perfect. I mean, the great news pouring in from Paris. This is just a reiteration of what we've been saying for very long, that the Indian aviation market is heavily untapped. If you look at last year's traffic, which is about 100 million passengers, it's nothing as compared to the huge potential which India has. And also with the political stability and the sort of political support that aviation industry is getting, this is unprecedented. The sort of policy support, the National Civil Aviation Policy, then the Regional Connectivity Scheme, all these add up to the way things are going. And all this is now getting reflected in the capacity addition which is happening. Sumit?
And how do you see the particular, coming down of crude prices? It will definitely be very beneficial for carriers across the globe. Do you think that Indian carriers will now be breathing a sigh of relief and will go for expansion more than ever now?
Yes, absolutely. Now, of course, nobody can predict the oil price even for next month. So this is something which we have to sort of take into our stride. But the long-term trends do appear to be stable, at least for the next 2 to 3 years. Even for the month of June, the current ATF prices have come down to the below 50 mark in Delhi, which is fantastic. And this still has a huge amount of almost 27 to 30% VAT, which is imposed by many of the leading states. If this comes down to a reasonable 1, 5 or 10%, we'll see yet another revolution happening in the Indian aviation sector. Sumit?
Do you see more airlines coming into Indian aviation space now? Because the space is already crowded to some extent, but is there a space for 1 to 2 more airlines?
Sumit, this is like any other industry where there will be people who will come in if they have the right strategy and the right business model and the right operational efficiency. There's always space for newcomers. The churn will happen. And for every newcomer that comes in, obviously, we'll see some consolidation happening. Some will just die out. Some will merge with other companies or may just become like part of the network of a larger airline. I mean, this is Indian aviation market is no different from any of the global markets. So yes, there will be a churn. New players will come in and old ones will consolidate.
And one last question to you would be, how do you assess the mood at the Paris Air Show?
Well, unfortunately, I'm in a different part of the world, not in Paris. But what I'm hearing from friends and colleagues who are there, very, very upbeat. India is the focus and the toast of Paris at the moment. So very good to see this. This is something which was anyway expected for a very long time. It's just that the global tailwinds are completely in India's favor. Now it's up to Indian aviation industry to see how they leverage all this and a supportive government to ensure that we leapfrog to right now number 3. By December, we should be number 3 in the world. And say by 2030, we should aim at becoming number 1. Sumit?
All right, Mr. Dubey, thanks for talking to us and giving us this perspective.